So we've been talking about FEMA and the scandal that happened in Lake Placid, Florida, where a FEMA supervisor directed her staff to stay away from signs that had Trump supporter, from houses that had Trump supporter signs. Effectively, people who were in need for Hurricane Milton, that needed help, she instructed her workers to ignore those houses, stay away from the Trump supporters. We did another show on it. We've been following this very closely, where she came out and said that she was a patsy, that it was not just her, that these orders were coming down from above her. This is Marn'i, Washington. She has spoken out now. She's gone public, and this is what she had to say.
So if you turned in reports to your supervisors that state political hostility for the people in the field, those reports exist.
Yes, hence why I also sent you screenshots where they're deleting files now from my computer. So FEMA says they fired me, but I still have access to the systems.
So FEMA did fire her. Here's what she's trying to say. She's trying to say that basically there was political hostilities and that there were Trump supporters or politically hostile. So she filed reports, right?
In their applications. And while I was in an interview yesterday, I noticed that my files were being deleted in my name, and I could not have been doing that while I was talking to Madison. So FEMA is very well aware of the incidents that take place, not just with my crew, but with all of the crews in the state that's declared. And instead of just saying, hey, this is how we're going to mitigate it to protect our people, they decided to fire me and make sure Donald Trump knows that they are loyal to him because they fear retribution. The important thing is here, once we start seeing a trend, for example, if they just so happen to have these Trump campaign signs in front of their home, and that's the characteristic that's coming along with that, we have to proceed with precaution.
Yeah, watch out for those Trump supporters.
So avoidance first and then de-escalation. And that's the thing. Our superiors know that. We have constant conversations about keep your people safe. If your people are uncomfortable, then just don't go.
So explain this to me, please. Explain this to me. Okay. So I'm just trying to understand what that means. So again, if I'm on a house, if I'm on a street and it has 20 homes and there are 8 homes on that street with Trump signs, and my team has faced hostility from 3 of the homes that have signs. What happens next?
I inform my TFL, my direct report, hey, we're again experiencing hostile encounters. We're moving on to another street. We're not canvassing those homes.
So again, only for... Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is just a quick question, Marn'i. Would you do that for Black Lives Matter signs, or no?
And that's the directive too. Like honestly, he has called me multiple times and says your job is to keep the team safe.
I'm sorry. When you say he, who's he?
Oh, Chad Hershey.
Okay, who's Chad Hershey?
The TFL my assigned TFL for this deployment. So
Chad Hershey has told you what?
That if your team is uncomfortable and they do not feel safe, do not go to those homes. Go and canvass the other homes. Your job is to keep these people safe. They need to be able to go back home safe.
So she's saying she got instruction to keep people away from the Trump supporters' homes. That's what she's saying. And, this may be true. It may not be true. We don't know. She's alleging that the rabbit hole goes deeper than it's being presented. Is that possible? Yeah, I do think that that's possible. I do think that maybe it's even likely that she was the only one. If she was sending out text messages in this government app, which is what it was, to the workers, obviously other people would see it, right? Other people would see it. Supervisors would see it. The staff would see it, and they would report it to a supervisor, right? Or maybe even her supervisor. But that's not what happened. What happened is somebody had sent them to the Daily Wire, and the Daily Wire were the ones that released the story. How come nobody in FEMA put a stop to it before it went to the news station? Why did it take a public news controversy to have this encounter stop? Here's the text message again, just for a reminder. Implement best practices. Not one goes everywhere alone. Avoid homes advertising Trump. Practice de-escalation and preventative measures. Right? So this isn't a government system. This isn't a government text chat to other FEMA employees. I'm sure other FEMA employees who had concerns about this brought this up to the chain of command before they went to the news, right? That's the most likely scenario. Do I know that that's true for sure? No, I don't. But now she is coming out and she is admitting and saying that, hey, her higher-ups, her managers were also telling her to do this because allegedly they were getting reports that they were getting hostility from Trump supporters. Insane.